You've been on the weight skin, haven't you?
Oh no, I've got to make sure not to do Facebook.
And mate, someone complained earlier when they deleted me off Meta and they put a complaint in, they took me off the dangerous thing.
You're off it now?
Earlier, well, they deleted the thing and said dangerous person.
Yeah.
So he appealed it and then they come back and said, yeah, sorry, it was a mistake.
Oh, no shit.
So they let him back on.
Oh, really?
There you go.
I'm not going to risk it. As much as I love you. All right.
It's going live. Is it?
Hold on, what's this one? That's your Facebook. We don't want that one. All right, guys. Welcome to the live stream. Should be good. Let's just make sure it's take a second to retweet it. Let's retweet it. This is I'm going to Rebel here. This is how you do it, mate. How does it feel down there? Like, it's so small. Does it make you feel better being up?
This is a racially motivated attack. This.
All right, guys, welcome to the live stream. I see we are live. Yeah, boom, we are live. Look at that. Live here for, what is it, ukrebels.com. With the man himself.
No. Stand there. Look, Avi's been on the juice. He wants to stand uphill, didn't he? Look. Come on.
Look how short they both are.
No, but the thing is, no, come on. It's this. This is the best. The Brillo pad on top. And the best part is, he picked this location.
Do one back to back just for the audience.
Yeah, but he's up the hill. You're up the hill. Straight back. You're still uphill. You got to stand like.
Well, how do you? Don't get that sign.
Actually, Tommy's actually a little bit taller.
Oh, fuck, he's on the wheel. Avi's like my afterbirth. Brother, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming.
It's been a while.
All the way from Australia, right?
Man, I'm not gonna act like I know you're dead tired. You're wrecked. I've seen you on wreck days, but you look.
I'm just tired. You know what? I ain't stopped, man. Do you know what I've done stupidly? Is a lot. I've done 3. Your mate, you dickhead. It's your mate, Saha. Yeah. So I done him this morning. I done him at 8 o'clock.
No good?
No, it was good. He was lovely.
So why are you blaming me?
Because I had to leave at 6 o'clock this morning to get there. I sat there from 8 and I done him for 3 hours. Then I had a 2-hour meeting because the police rang and interrupted it about the demo. Then I had Rafi. Do you know Rafi? He's Saha's mate. Okay. Who's come from America. Then I had him. Then I had Dan Wootton. Then I had to go to central London. Now I've come here and I've done this and I've tied up every day. What did I do yesterday? I had Tyler Olivier. Do you know Tyler, the American YouTuber? Yeah, he come over. I just haven't stopped, man. So I haven't even sat down to think. I've done the schedule of who's speaking when, and it has to match with who's singing because we've got songs being sung that mean something about a grooming survivor, a survivor from the grooming gang, a song that she once played. We've got a free speech song. We've got all these different songs. So I have to fit what I'm going to talk about in with those. But I haven't even sat and done it yet.
And here you are.
And here I am with you, pair of mugs in a car park at 10 o'clock at night. I'm knackered. So
we won't take too much of it.
No, I'm only joking. Thanks for coming. Hey, it's fun.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. We were talking about this right as you got out, but I think in the last 24 hours, this feels real for most people. Like my phone, and I'm sure your phone even worse, but even my phone is full of messages of like, be careful.
Everyone's words are be careful. I'll be honest, yeah? Just totally honest. It's devastating. I looked at Charlie Kirk, I'm looking at his family, I must be thinking what, and selfishly, when that happened, my phone, I'm sat there, I was Tyler Olivier, and he's an American YouTuber, and I'm sat there, and it popped up, Charlie Kirk's been shot. And just before we started the interview, I said, Charlie Kirk's been shot. And we sat there, and then I saw the video. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, he's dead. He's been assassinated. And as I'm watching it then, selfishly, I know at that point, my kids are going to know this. And then I saw my son's name pop up, my daughter's name pop up. Because Salwan Mamika, when I was in jail, I went and done a video in Sweden, savesalwan.com, yeah? Because I knew he was going to get killed. I knew he was going to get assassinated. And he was assassinated in a live stream attack. And then when I rang home to speak to my kids, my ex-wife, she said, like, my son hasn't stopped, he's distraught, he's terrified. So then when this happened yesterday, I just thought, selfishly, I thought, well, my kids are going to be so scared now. And everyone's going to be so scared. But I've watched through a lot of what Charlie Kirk has said previously, and he talks about courage and having courage, even when you've got fear, even when things are dangerous. You have to stand by the truth and continue to stand by the truth. So what would Charlie Kirk want? Would he want people being scared? Would he want people not debating, not going to college campuses, not going to demonstrations? So that's what I said today, like, that's the worst thing you can do. We have to now, everyone has to rise up. This should be a turning point where everyone exercises their free speech. I hope his death drives so many people to search and find Christianity, because I'm watching all of his videos today. I think everyone, probably all over the world, has been. So, yeah, the worst thing to do would be to shy away. And, being careful. I know people say be careful. Being careful is what got us into this absolute mess that we're in as a country. Being worried, being scared. So I think that the only message to send is that more people will talk, and we will be in London, and we will pay a beautiful tribute to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk stood up for Britain and free speech in Britain more than anyone I can think of in this country. And that's mad to say, no? I can't think of one politician that has stood. He travelled here, he spoke about free speech, he gets it. I looked at his comments from 2018. He gets what's happening in Britain. He understands we've lost our free speech. He understands how important speech is. And he even said, because in this country people like deflect, or they say something first. Well, people say, I don't agree with Tommy Robinson on everything, but... And I watched an interview of him, he said, just cut that bullshit. I'm from America, I don't need to do that. No, I don't need to do that. But we currently are looking, we were going to play a tribute anyway to the United States of America, to Donald Trump, to Elon Musk, to JD Vance, because they're fighting for our freedom here, our speech. Elon Musk give me back my platform. We have hope now, yeah? After Donald Trump got in, I think when that election happened, I heard Americans saying this is a vote to save America. We're watching it thinking, this ain't a vote to save America, this is a vote to save the West. This is a vote to save us. Donald Trump's got in, the ripple from free speech. When I listen to JD Vance stick it on the European Union in Munich about free speech and about, don't worry about China, don't worry about Russia, your enemy is within. Yeah? Our enemy is Keir Starmer. And see Keir Starmer, the cheeky scumbag, come out and make a statement. Keir Starmer would have locked Charlie Kirk up. Charlie Kirk would be labelled an Islamophobe, and you see what's happened to Charlie Kirk. It's because of far-left organisations, government, politicians who falsely label people as Nazis, as racist. So they don't have to kill you themselves, because they hope that after radicalising the public to believe that I was attacked in a train station recently in London. Yeah, that person probably thinks they're doing something good, because they probably believe I'm Satan. They believe I'm that guy. Now, Charlie Kirk has only ever sat down. He hasn't done half the things I've done. He's just sat down and debated very nicely. He's been open to talk to everyone with more speech in such a caring way, even when he's talking to people he strongly opposes with. And he, as a moderate, has been assassinated. They've assassinated him. So, yeah, I think it's probably shocked everyone. But the worst thing to do now would be to step back or be cautious or not go somewhere and stop going to demonstrations and worry, because that's what the killer wants. The killer wants to instill fear in the public. He wants to scare the public into silencing them, into stopping the debate, because if you can have free speech and you have the debate, truth comes out. Truth comes out. A man's a man, a woman's a woman. Truth comes to the top. Islam's dangerous. Islam's a religion of violence. These things come out. And I saw, as Charlie Kirk recently, I was so hopeful for America, because someone with such influence, who's respected in such a way, was just spitting facts and telling the truth about Islam. And no one does that. No one in this country does that. No one in any power does that. They leave it to the people at the bottom. Charlie Kirk's not at the bottom. Charlie Kirk is respected by all, was respected by all. So I think it's watching it all. I just thought of his wife, man, who's standing, and his kids watching it. Had to watch it. So, yeah, I pray for it. I pray for his family, and I believe the legacy. I think only now, even myself, as I'm watching today, I think only in his death will the world realise what an individual he was. I know he was well respected, but his legacy, I don't think people understand that he was a one-off who was able to influence the next generation of youth. And do you know, the next generation of youth who were lost in this country, they're lost. They don't know who they are. He helped. So.
You did call him a moderate, and I agree with you. I think they did kill the moderate, and unfortunately you're seeing this rise in the real far right, the far right that actually hate you and me and Charlie Kirk, and they've spent the last couple of years, attacking Charlie Kirk for being consistent, just like you have been consistent all this time. Suddenly today they're waking up and they're found a way again.
They're blaming Mossad. They're blaming Mossad. I'm reading it. Hold on a minute. How can it? So, I'll just half it's mental, man. What? I'm reading all the comments thinking they're blaming Israel for killing Charlie Kirk.
One of our last allies.
He was pro-Israel. But it don't make sense. Oh, I don't know.
They said because he has said critical. Charlie Kirk has always said critical things of Israel because he's always. That's the point.
That's bad. You can be critical of Israel because Israel, in any war, a government does stuff wrong.
But you can criticize a government anytime. Through COVID, I was the biggest critic of the Israeli government because they got it totally wrong. They forced everyone into everything, and it was shocking and it was horrific. But if you're doing it from the point of view in which Charlie Kirk did at point, it's not even balanced. It's like it's coming from not a place of I just want to destroy you, as in I'm going to blame everything on the Jewish state, like Charlie Kirk's. I turned to Rukshan last night when the news broke, and once we were processing it, I go, let me check Candace Owens. I wonder how she's blamed the Jews. I was joking, right? And we just she hasn't. But the guy that she had on her show that took over her show while she was on maternity leave. That what's his name?
Ian Carroll.
Ian Carroll. He's done a whole post that the internet knows it was Israel, and it's like. Dude, I was joking yesterday, and I'm waking up this morning, and you guys are actually like that was our only mate.
Neil Oliver, who I respected during the whole COVID thing, has done a post today saying that. What's happened? He's saying that I'm setting everyone up on September 13th for a Mossad's false flag.
Anyways, we've gone off the thing here. The point I want to get to, this is going to be huge. I hear everyone talking about it. You've got people that travelled from Australia. I've come to your protests for years.
Nothing's happened like this.
And I've never seen anyone from Australia but me rock up to it.
There's loads.
There's loads here.
All over the world.
What do you think is going to happen? And what is happening?
Cultural revolution's happening. A counter revolution. What's happened for the last 20 years, and maybe more, is a globalist revolution. The breakdown of borders, breakdown of the family, attack on Christianity, attack on identity, attack on culture, mass flooding of different cultures. That's a globalist revolution, and now you're witnessing a counter revolution. And I truthfully believe that September 13th is going to be looked upon as a significant day. Something huge is happening. People who were silent, that's my dad, look, just go park. You can see, look, there's cameras, look, we're doing an interview, man. But I just went, but yeah. But I think that what's happening, and I've never witnessed this, something big is happening. Families, like I've got mates who have always come to demonstrations. They're like, mate, my mum and all her mates are coming. Like my uncle who hated you is on Facebook saying he loves you. He goes, something massive is happening. I think people have realised the lies, and lots of things have played a part in this. Lots of things have played a part. I was going to
ask you, what do you think there was a tipping point? What was the major thing that changed it, or was it just a bunch of compounding things that happened one after another? Like the things that I can point to that I noticed, I've always defended Tommy Robinson, and I know personally, my anecdote is that in the beginning, your name was toxic, and people would always say,
people were scared to be with me.
People would say, don't say it. You're an idiot. I like what you say, Harvey. Don't. I'm like, mate, I know him. You don't know what you're talking about. And then I've seen this shift. And so the biggest point in time was probably Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
And then Elon Musk, which is probably...
Elon Musk, the film, my imprisonment. So when people saw my imprisonment, that was 167 million people watched that documentary. But Jordan Peterson brought me in from the dark. I was censored, I was isolated, and I was toxic. And they'd successfully had a campaign against me to brand me as that. Because that's what they do, yeah? And they don't want anyone to listen to you. So people don't even take the time to actually listen to you. Even if they might see your video, don't listen to it. Jordan Peterson then sat down with me, and that had 4 million views. And I know it shifted because of the letters I received when I was in jail. All the letters were like, I sat and watched on Jordan Peterson, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And then from Jordan Peterson was a stepping stone. And from Jordan Peterson, I watched The Rape of Britain, and then I watched Panadrama. And I sat and read for 7 months. I was on solitary confinement, and I had bags put in my cell every day. And I realised then, something big's happening here. Yeah, something big's happening here right now. And then Elon Musk shone a torch on the rape scandal. And then if people are going back, which I've started to do, and they're looking at older videos, they're realising, which I've sat on podcasts now recently with people who hated me, who have said, yeah, I fucked up, I'm sorry. So I've got people apologising to me everywhere I'm going, yeah? I've met some Pancras train station. Everywhere I'm going, I've got people apologising to me, saying, look, and I'm not, and I've never claimed to be anything I'm not, you know? And I always say, yeah, of course I've made mistakes. I'm a working class lad from Luton Town. Yeah? It was never going to be, to take on militant Islam in this country, it was never going to be nurses, was it? Yeah. I said, so you've got to take the good with the bad. And I said, but when people make criticisms, I said, I've never been racist, I've never been extreme, I've never been any of those things. I'm just just a normal lad.
I've had people literally walk up to me and tell me, oh, have you heard of Tommy Robinson? I'm like,
You what?
Have you heard of Tommy Robinson? Like, dude, like, welcome. No, but
welcome.
But that
No,
is.
it's a great feeling for me. It's a great feeling for me because everywhere I'm walking, I'm getting.
Do you feel vindicated?
I feel vindicated, but I've always said I never want to be able to say I told you so, because if you would have listened a decade ago, how much more could we have prevented? We are now, this country's at breaking point. We're at a crossroads, and I believe on Saturday we're going to see the biggest protest in British history. Now that has to put this issue on the map. The issue of mass immigration, the issue of Islamic immigration into this nation, the issue of culture, of identity. But at the same time, have you been to any of the United Kingdom venture? Have you been to any of the last four? Oh mate, wait till you see this, man. It's a party, it's a festival, it's a wonderful atmosphere. People come to have a joyous time. And you know the last thing that the government want is unity. And we're unifying everyone. Wait to see the diversity of the crowd. All the lies, all the smears, it hasn't worked, which is quite a good place to be, because I just think, look at all the efforts you went to demonise, to slander, to label us. The public haven't bought it, they know you're lying.
Speaking of lies, I mean, apologies. Has Piers Morgan said sorry yet?
Who's that?
Piers Morgan.
Oh, that's that dinosaur, isn't it? The irrelevant fucking journalist.
People ask me, they want to see the debate. When's that debate happening?
Oh, mate. Piers Morgan. What's pro-Black Lives Matter, then he's against Black Lives Matter. What's pro-Israel, then he's against Israel. What's pro-vaccine, then he's against the vaccine. He doesn't know what he is. And I don't mind talking to someone who I know they believe what they say. But when you sit down with Piers, I think, what do you even believe, Piers? Yeah. And all he done, when I went on his show last time, again, it hasn't aged well for him. The video hasn't aged well. Because what he done is he screamed at me and screamed all these labels, calling me Islamophobe. And then Jordan Peterson, when I was in jail, I come out of jail and watched Jordan Peterson hand him his arse, yeah? And then I watched Gad Sad absolutely annihilate him. And I watched all these presenters literally stand and say exactly the same as what I've said, whilst he sat there nodding. I think, well, you didn't nod with me. And again, it's just a class issue. That's all it is, it's a class issue. So he sits there and listens to them, but I think Jordan Peterson, Gad Sad, Elon Musk, so many people have helped. In fact, everything you're going to witness happen this Saturday, each stepping stone, each thing has played its part, yeah? And Elon Musk buying X and giving the British public an opportunity to have a platform for debate has resulted in what we're going to see on Saturday. And I hope you're going to see the biggest protest in British history, and I hope you're going to see the spark of a cultural revolution in Britain.
Now, I know you, and I think you rightfully point to all these moments, because I agree, I saw it happen. But I think one thing you're missing, that I don't know if you recognise it, but it is it's the opposite of Piers Morgan. The consistency you've had from the beginning in not changing your belief or your rhetoric or your campaign based on the audience capture. We've seen that especially in the last 2 years by so many influencers. Charlie Kirk was one that wasn't audience captured. He stood by it as much shit as they gave him. But you too, you stood by. And I think that I know at least in the Jewish community, there's a lot of people that tell me, I can't believe I got him wrong, because back then he was actually saying exactly what he's saying now. We're just the ones that realise it.
I said this I went on trigonometry. I said, lads, I haven't changed. Yous have changed. Yeah? I haven't shifted at all. I'm saying now what I was saying in 2004. Nothing's changed for me. Yeah? Just that the public have now shifted. The country and the mood of the nation has shifted. They're looking, they're learning, they're listening. They understand. Look, I used to talk about these issues when they were confined to towns like Luton. No one cares about Luton. People in nice communities don't care about Luton. Luton just, they don't care what's happening there.
Luton doesn't seem to care about Luton.
Yeah, but it's a shithole, it's my shithole. But the difference is now, those problems that were confined to Luton are now in Epping. They're now in Harpeth. They're now in lovely towns, and migrants have been flooded. And people know Keir Starmer was voted in with 9 million votes. 20 million people didn't vote. We set this up 2 years ago, and we had a vision to. You can try and bring political change, but you'll need hundreds of million pounds to set up a political party, and it'll take you decades, probably, yeah, to get in power, possibly. You need hundreds of millions. If you change the culture, you'll change the politics. So we had a vision of changing the culture peacefully, through celebrations, bringing people out, giving them the confidence to realise they're not alone, you're not part of a fringe movement, and letting them feel part of a community again. So we had all these visions. We'll see on Saturday how successful we've been in 18 months. We've been very successful. You are on the verge of a cultural revolution, and the whole world, the whole entire globe is watching London this Saturday. So, no pressure. We've got to succeed, yeah? We've got to succeed.
We've got, just before I let you go, we're going to end it here, but you're going to have a live feed. We're going to actually have a live feed from within the crowd, because I think there's something unique about seeing the people that actually are there.
And ask them why they're there.
Exactly.
And seeing the beauty. When I sat back, do you know the moment for me? Because you're in the middle of it. I watched back afterwards. I won't enjoy it for the days afterwards. And I sat and watched the videos of the people there. Their banners they've made, the T-shirts they're making, the old, the young, the different races, all so happy and seeing. And it's a beautiful moment, and you can feel it when you're in there. You can feel it.
Before I let you go, I want you to a message for two different people.
Yep, go on.
There's the person that doesn't know, that you think that if you had to convince the average Brit to come on Saturday, what would you say to them?
Can you look at your town or your country and think it's going in the right direction? Do you trust your government? Do you think they care about you? Who are they putting first? Is it British people? Is it the old age pensioners who are freezing now in winter? Is it British people can't get a dentist appointment? We are back of the queue. Is that what we should be? When every sacrifice that our families and our forefathers made for this country, and who's at the front of the queue? People who come off the boat yesterday. They come through 16 safe countries. They are not refugees. They're economic migrants. I'm all for helping women and children in other countries, but our culture's disappearing. Our country is changing. We're like foreigners in our own towns and cities, in every major city. Okay, nothing's getting better. The level of violence, all these problems, and unless a message or the fear of God is put into the government, and the fear, they will receive fear through seeing unity and seeing that we control ourselves. They don't care about loads of young men running down the street because they can label them and delegitimise their argument. They care about women with prams, kids and children, nans, mums, sisters coming out and sending a message. So I think there's an army of mums coming into London, and I think it's going to be massive, man. We've hired our own helicopter even. We've got a news broadcast helicopter to prevent them lying, because the media will lie about the numbers. You're going to see the numbers, yeah?
So you're running a feed from above?
We're not running the feed, no. We're not running the feed, but we've got the helicopter. They're going to be sending us clips so we can put them out. But it's that, I believe, as far as your eyes can see, it's going to be it's going to be a beautiful sight. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, yeah?
Last person I want you to talk to is those that support you, believe in your message, but have seen what has happened in the last 24 hours, watch what happened to Charlie Kirk in front of the world, and are scared.
They want you to be scared. They want you to be scared. What would it mean it would be, you would fail Charlie Kirk if you're upset by what just happened to him, then listen to his videos again, watch what he asked for, watch what he said, watch all of his speeches, find courage to speak, to rise up, to teach the next generation, to give them morals, to be good people. Just watch what he said and live by the words of what he said if you want to respect his life and you don't want his death to be in vain. I don't think it will be in vain. I think there'll be a moment, it should be a turning point. But I'd like a message to give to the media and the journalists and the politicians who have falsely put targets on us, because they've put targets on all of us. You've had targets on, I've got targets on me. People want to punch me in the street and they don't even know who I am. They don't know anything about me. That's come, and do you know the sad thing is? You've got Camilla Tominley, who's a right-wing pundit, who said just 6 months ago that I'm a white supremacist. You've got it's like there's no truth in it. And she's on the right of politics. She has legitimately put a target on me. So I might walk down the street and someone might stick a knife at me because they believe I'm a white supremacist, because she's on daytime TV lying. You've got not even Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage just stood up and said that I've got convictions for violence against women. It frustrates me because I haven't got a conviction for that. You're meant to be honest. You're meant to have some morals. That's like you have paedophiles and then you have people who beat up women, and that's what he said I've got a conviction for. And I've simply done. So it's just a lie. You've even got Julie Hartley-Brewer. I've just named you 3 big right-wing pundits, not left, not the far left. In fact, it's the right-wing who have attacked us more. They've attacked me more. And I don't know why. And I've asked them for peace so many times. Just don't lie about me. Just stop lying about me. Stop putting targets on us, because it's not fair, it's not right, and it's dangerous. You've seen now how dangerous it is. But they've been allowed to do it. There's been the far left they haven't been dealt with the same by police or anything. They can incite murder, they can incite hate, and nothing happens to them. So I'm grateful, man. And do you know what? If you're one of the people who supported me, do you know all the time? Sometimes I felt like that, yeah? Sometimes, and every time I get picked back up, even when I went to jail, it's hard for me to feel sorry for myself when I'm opening sacks and sacks of mail and realising people in this prison have got no one. I've got an army of people supporting me. I've got Ezra's flown over with Avi. He's looked after my family. They've done crowdfunds for a trust fund for my children. So I'm sitting in jail. It's hard to feel bad, yeah? It's hard. And then and also I've been in this for so long. I know when I put that film out, when I sat in jail, I was visualising what I'm going to do when I come out. The first thing I've done was 13th of September. Yeah, we need to start where we left off. We need to show them that this ain't stopping. And on this Saturday, they're going to realise that every move they've made, locking Lucy Conlon up, Peter Lynch, locking me up, imprisoning me, murdering Charlie Kirk, it's going to have the total adverse effect. You are going to cause the revolution, because that's what's needed.
Do you realise that there's actually protests around Australia, around in different countries on the 13th, in Canada as well, which they've all essentially followed your lead?
Well, from this lead, if we get 1 million people and we have a successful event, then we're on about uniting the kingdom, but really we need to unite the West, because everything that's happened here has happened everywhere. And I don't understand why all the populist parties and all the populist political parties aren't under one banner. And when there are protests in London, the whole of Europe's being invaded, and the whole of Europe needs to stand up. The whole of the Western world, Canada, every country. And I think unity brings it together and sends a message to the world. The world's going to be watching on Saturday. I'm excited, and I'm nervous, and I'm tired.
Brother.
Thanks, Avi. Cheers. Give me a hug, all right? I need to go sleep.
Guys, there you have it. We will be there on Saturday Shabbat. Rabbi, you're going to have to excuse me. Shabbat, this is a good cause. This
it's
is
like no Republican in name only, it's Jewish in name only.
If you support our reporting from the ground here in the UK, ukrebels.com, you can support our work, help cover the costs of being here, plus all the fancy new gear. We got some fancy gear.
Oh, no, I see, you got all the little four
get the hands away. All right. And Tommy Robinson is short of the mid. Do you want to say anything, Rukshan?
I'm good, man.
Good to meet you, Rukshan.
Good to meet you, brother.
See you all Saturday, yeah?
Make sure to like, comment, share, and